Hello, welcome to McDowell Strategy and Tactics, and thank you to our subscribers. In this series, we play through each of the battles in the American Grand Campaign and close combat for the Battle of the Bulge. We use historical World War II US Army doctrine to plan and conduct each battle. We start on the strategic map. It is 1600 hours on December 19, 1944, and the weather is overcast. There is no air support, artillery has been allocated, and there are no supply drops. In the last episode, the US 424th Regimental Combat Team of 106th Division fought the German Kampfgruppe Knittel from 1st Panzer Division at Manschau. The result was a total American victory. The next battle is at Losheim between the US 112th Regimental Combat Team of 28th Division and the German Kampfgruppe Stephan from the 2nd Panzer Division. The village of Losheim should be held at all costs. The three-storey buildings at the centre of town and the Hotel de Losheim are the dominant strongholds of Losheim. Holding the road to the Schnee Eifel is also critical so that you can have an avenue of retreat. On the US side is an American infantry battle group from the 112th Infantry Regiment under command of Colonel Nelson. It moves slowly and reserves are down to half strength. The company consists of 3 platoons. 1st and 2nd platoon are infantry, and 3rd platoon is a support platoon with 2 anti-tank guns and a mortar. The original squads retain their names and statistics. Let's rename the new squads off camera. Now, let's review each of the squads. 2-1 is 2nd platoon headquarters. 3-1 is 3rd platoon headquarters. 1-1 is 1st platoon headquarters. 2-3 is a rifle squad. 3-2 is a 57mm anti-tank gun. 2-5 is a Browning 30 caliber medium machine gun. 3-4 is a 60mm light mortar. 1-4 is an M9 bazooka squad. 2-4 is also an M9 bazooka squad. 1-2 is a BAR squad. 1-3 is a rifle squad. 1-5 is a Browning 30 caliber medium machine gun. 2-2 is a BAR squad. 3-5 is a recon squad. And 3-3 is a 57mm anti-tank gun. Next, let's look at the map and conduct a commander's estimate of the situation. Our mission is to defend Losheim in order to set the conditions for counterattack. The village of Losheim sits at a crossroads atop a ridgeline, with the road to Udenbrecht to the north, to Schnee Eifel to the northwest, Dasberg to the south, and the Reich to the east. Prominent buildings include the church and the Hotel de Losheim. East of the village, the ground drops away sharply to the low ground. The area around the village consists of light woods and open fields. As a result of the fall of the ground, line of sight falls away and observation east of the village is quite limited, even from the multi-storey buildings. The buildings provide good cover and excellent concealment. However, the terrain provides cover and concealment to an attacker right up to the eastern fringes of the village. There are no notable obstacles to mounted or dismounted movement, so an attack can come from any direction. The crossroads is the only key terrain in the area. Avenues of attack could include from the east or from the south. The Germans could attack up the road, using the road for vehicles and the light woods for infantry. They could infiltrate up to the crest of the hill, then use smoke and the buildings on the edge of the village to mask the initial assault. The killing zone would be the area east of the village along the crest of the ridge. Alternatively, the Germans could swing around the south, and attack from an unexpected direction and outflank the village entirely. The Germans could attack on a narrow front from south to north, allowing them to concentrate their firepower on fewer defenders at a time. The killing zone would be the roads south of the Hotel de Losheim. The first course of action is for the Americans to form a tight defensive position centered on the village. First platoon would take the northern half of the village, including the church. Second platoon would take the southern half of the village, including the hotel. Third platoon would support from a depth position to the rear. A 57mm anti-tank gun would cover the gap between the platoons as a primary task, and the open ground to the south as a secondary task. The second anti-tank gun in the church would cover the open ground in front of first platoon's position as a primary task, and the open ground and road to the south as a secondary task. And both bazookas would remain in the centre of the position to reinforce the anti-tank guns. All three platoons would therefore create a crossfire on the most likely avenue of approach, being the road to the Reich. This plan focuses on the crossroads, but second platoon would still find it difficult to pivot south to meet a flanking attack, and would be fighting alone with first platoon isolated to the north. The second course of action is for the Americans to extend their defensive position to get better observation into the dead ground and deny the southern approach. First platoon would defend the village itself. Second platoon would dig in southeast of the village looking into the dead ground and refusing the right flank. Third platoon would remain to the rear, with 57mm anti-tank guns placing a crossfire where the road emerges from the dead ground. This plan would benefit from flanking fire on the most likely avenue of approach. But first platoon would be very spread out, and the proposed location for second platoon seems more appropriate for an armoured element capable of counterattacking over the open ground. I have made my decision and have placed the platoons and squads in position. First platoon on the left flank. Second platoon on the right flank. And third platoon in depth. With the recon team to the south, ready to probe the German left flank. And so we begin. 2 Sturmgeschütz and a half-track north of the road. And more Germans to the south. .33 Giuliano's anti-tank gun lines up a shot, but no line of sight. German infantry in the tree line, but first platoon maintains fire discipline. To the south are Sonderkofferzug 250-10 and 3 armoured cars. One is pushing south towards 3-5, the recon squad. Another half-track. The Sonderkraftfahrzeug 234x1 is equipped with a 2 cm gun, lethal to the infantry reconnaissance team. The armoured car moves on the road to Duisburg objective. .33 knocks out the first Sturmgeschütz.
Barrage available! Feldwebel!
The Sonderkraftfahrzeug takes the road to Duisburg objective.
Feldwebel!
And platoon headquarters engages German scouts probing forward towards the BAR squad. The armoured car commander has been killed by the recon squad. Up north, they are receiving German mortar fire. The German left flank includes 2 half-tracks, infantry and 4 armoured cars. A good concentrated target for the artillery barrage. The Sonderkraftfahrzeug 234x1 2 cm is immobilised by 2-4, the 2nd Platoon Bazooka team. The Aufklärer scouts are eliminated. The Sonderkraftfahrzeug 250x1 heavy machine gun half-track is destroyed. The 2nd Sturmgeschütz is destroyed. .24 destroys the Sonderkraftfahrzeug 234x1. The artillery barrage lands. 2nd Platoon's rifle squad is under fire. The medium machine gun opens up. Meanwhile, the reconnaissance team has destroyed the Sonderkraftfahrzeug 234x1 and killed or injured the entire crew. They move to retake the road to Duisburg objective. The mortar joins the fight. Puma 5 cm destroyed. Second Platoon's rifle squad is destroyed, and the medium machine gun taking casualties. .33 destroys the Kommandowagen. .33 lines up the armoured car. Total American victory. The battle ended because the Germans' force morale got too low and they were forced to retreat off the map. The Americans gained control of the map and the German battle group was forced to disband. The Americans won the battle because they control a greater number of crucial victory locations than the Germans. The Americans lost 5 killed and 3 wounded. The Germans lost 17 killed, 15 wounded, 2 Sturmgeschütz and 6 armoured vehicles. let's examine the American squads. Coleman, in 1st Platoon's BAR squad, is credited with an armoured car kill. Grossman, in Finch's rifle squad, is credited with a tank kill, the 2nd Sturmgeschütz, and awarded the Bronze Star. (2-3) Jarrell's rifle squad is eliminated with 4 dead and 2 seriously wounded. Bronson is credited with a 2nd half-track kill. Ryan, in the recon squad, is awarded the Combat Infantryman's Badge for destroying the armoured car. Gibson, on 2nd Platoon's bazooka, shares a half-track kill with Jarrell. (3-2) does not add to its tally. Aston is credited with a half-track kill and shares credit for the Sturmgeschütz kill with Giuliano, who is awarded the Combat Infantryman's Badge. Acosta, on 2nd Platoon's medium machine gun, lost both his team members. So far, the campaign remains a major American victory. The Grand Campaign has 13 days remaining. Your defence of the Ardennes is progressing better than your historical counterparts. This victory is the high water mark for the American defence and splits the German northern and southern fronts. Over the campaign, cumulative American losses are 249 killed in action, 252 wounded in action, 25 tanks, 2 vehicles, and 14 guns. Cumulative German losses are 613 killed, 548 wounded, 78 tanks, 78 armoured vehicles, and 1 anti-tank gun. So, what did we learn? Success in this battle came down to the rapid destruction of 2 Sturmgeschütz and 6 armoured vehicles in about 5 minutes, at which point the Germans had nothing left, and were forced to withdraw in defeat. This destruction was enabled by coordination of the fire of the anti-tank guns with the small arms fire of the squads, including that of anti-tank rockets and rifle grenades. Just as Doctrine recommends. A classic infantry company anti-tank defence. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and donate. And stay tuned for the next episode.